Good morning, good afternoon. Once again, I want to thank you for watching my channel. I want to address an issue in regards to the Filipina changing after she's married a foreigner. Okay. Now, there are circumstances whereas the Filipina changes. Well, you got to remember that if your Filipina is coming from the province in the Philippines and you're taking her to the suburb in the USA, well, you're bringing her into a totally new environment. Some people say, well, my Filipina, she's changed 360 degrees since she's got here. She's selfish. She's this. She's that. She's the other thing. She's nothing like she was when I was visiting her. Well, one thing for sure and two for certain, bringing someone from the Philippines to the USA, okay, is a 360-degree turn. Okay? So let it be understood that there's some type of changes that's going to occur, whether it's with you, with her, or the both of you. There's some kind of changes going to occur. However, more than likely, there's very few changes that actually occurs. Because once a woman has developed her character, she maintains that character to the grave. Very seldom will you find a woman who will change. They say women are attracted to men because they want to change them, because they feel like if they change the man, he can be a better man, and that can be the man that she wants. But women won't change. They don't change. They stay the same. You can Google that. You can look that up. They don't change. So 9 times out of 10, what has happened is that you were going to the province, you were visiting her 30 days, 45 days, 14 days, 7 days, some 3 days, and you might have noticed some things that you didn't find too attractive, but the overall package you were pleased with, and that what you didn't find attractive, you were able to compensate for it, or you were able to push it under the rug, in other words. You didn't make it an issue. You didn't say red flag. Okay? What you said was, nobody's perfect. Hey, I really like this. I really like that, etc., etc. You compensated for it. Okay? And whether you did it consciously or subconsciously, it was done. Because 9 times out of 10, the characteristics that she's displaying now that she's in the States, she displayed those same characteristics in the province, possibly on a lower scale, simply because you're coming to the province from the USA to visit her. Anyone with any kind of common sense would definitely put their A game on. She probably had her A game on. If anything showed up that was negative, it was probably minuscule. It was small. So small that she was able to get you to not raise a red flag as to this being some type of characteristic that you couldn't tolerate. So what happened? She comes to the States. If she's coming from the province, she gets to the States. Well, hey, bingo, bonanza, game is over. No need to paint the barn white anymore. Okay? Because she's then succeeded in what it is that she wanted to do. That was to get to the States. If that was her agenda, okay? If that was her agenda, yeah, then she's going to be herself in spite of how you feel about it, what you think about it. She's going to continue to do the things that she do, how she do them, and the way she want to do them. And she's going to have the attitude that, if you want me, this is what you get. and you can't do no better than me. Then you got some who, yeah, they change because of the culture pressure. So you got to remember that you're bringing someone to the United States, that the United States has ideology, has made this woman something that all women are graded by. Okay? In other words, if you look at what's the beautiful women in the United States, well, it's not those measurements and those descriptions don't fit the American women. They fit the Asian women. And the United States, it says this is the description of the most beautiful woman in the USA. Well, you're not going to find an American white woman, black woman fitting those descriptions. What you're going to find is Asian women fit those descriptions. So she's already a token for everyone that she comes encounter with, right? Because she fits the description of what the Americans claim as beauty. Okay? So that can affect her. That can put pressure on her. That can make her change drastically, because you got someone who was in a third world country who was never considered to be much of anything. And now you've got her in the greatest country in the world, and she's one of the highest prizes sought after in that country. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of pressure. That's enough to make anybody change. And you probably would change too if it was you. But then again, I'm going to tell you this. More likely than not, there is no change. She's the same girl that you met in the province. Only thing is, you didn't witness the red flags. You missed the red flags. Very important. You missed the red flags. So that's why it's important. Weigh your options. Take your time before you make a commitment. Okay? Most of the time, the first one is not the right one. That's a fact. And no matter how much you may be in love with them, no matter how much you may be attracted to them, the first one, most of the time, is not going to be the right one. It's going to take you a couple of trial and errors. Okay? I'm telling you from boots on the ground experience. I'm telling you what God loves, and that ain't nothing but the truth. Hey, listen, I need you guys to do me a big, big favor. I need you to hit the subscribe button. Also, I want you to hit the like button. And also, I want you to leave me some comments. Tell me what you want to hear about. Okay? I tried to send you some videos of what's going on here in the Philippines. I'm going to send you some more. I got some more I'm going to send you. Okay? But let me finish with this issue about did the Filipina change when she got to the USA? I'm going to say more likely than not, she didn't change. Why? Because women very seldom change. They stay the same. What happens? Their inadequacies, their characteristics that you find unbecoming in the beginning that you're able to tolerate over a period of time, they become intolerable. They become characteristics that just does not suit your lifestyle. Or they become characteristics that become more noticeable to you. Perhaps in the beginning, years, you didn't notice them. And now you're noticing them. And you don't like them. But that girl is the same girl you met in the province. Okay? She's the same girl. She hasn't changed. Women don't change. Once they develop their characteristics, they take that to their grave. Why? Because women is more comfortable with being the same because they know what the outcome is going to be. They know how to work their way in and out of situations. So They want the situations to remain the same, so they remain the same. They don't change. It's a human nature factor that's built into the female. Yeah, that's right. Check it out. If you think I'm lying to you, check it out. Okay? Look it up. She doesn't change. So you missed the red flag, my man. And or the characteristics that you're discovering, you're not able to cope with them, you're not able to deal with them. My suggestion is, if it's the latter, you can do one or two things. You could say, I don't have to deal with this. I'm out of here. Or you can say, how can I grow as a person and accept these characteristics of this person whom in the beginning I was so attracted to, whom I thought was the cat's meow, and now she makes me frown 9 out of 10 times during a day. How can I accept these things and still be happy, still be satisfied? How can I develop my character to be tolerant of other people? Remember, life is about being able to accept changes. The way you accept changes and how you adapt to changes depends on your success or failure in life and your success or failure as a human being. Because remember, this life here is a testing ground. So if you're going to be tested, what's more convenient to test you with than your spouse? Yeah, so your spouse can be a continuous test for you. And how you adapt to it helps build your character, helps build you as a person. Okay? So if she's changed, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. You unless she's a Tasmanian devil, you should be able to work it out. But if it's such to the degree that you can't work it out, right? Then that's when you need to seek a remedy, because there's no need in making two lives miserable. Okay? You don't want to do that. You don't want to live in misery, and life is too short, in other words. Okay? But if you can find some way to compensate. You can compensate, man. Just like in the beginning you overlooked it, find some way to overlook it. Find some way to compensate for it now. Okay? Because trust and believe me, there's no one that's perfect, because you're not perfect. Okay? Listen, I need you guys to hit that subscribe button for me. Okay? That's very important. Hit the like button for me. And now, comment, tell me what you'd like to hear about. But remember, the Filipina hasn't changed. You've just become more aware of her red flags. What you see as a red flag. Okay? What you see as a red flag. And if you see a red flag in her, certainly there's some red flags in you also. Okay? So when you point your finger, remember, you got 4 pointing right back at yourself. Okay? So keep that in mind. Try to work it out. Try to improve your character. When I say improve your character, meaning if you're finding a fault, try to find some way to resolve it, other than packing your bags and leaving. Or like some brothers do, kick them out. No, just a joke. We don't want to kick nobody out, okay? That's just a joke, okay? But listen, the thing of it is, You're not kicking nobody out. You're not breaking up no home. You're not breaking up no marriage. Okay? What you're going to do is you're going to develop your character. You're going to grow. And you're going to remember that she's going to stay the same. She's not going to change. You can bet on that. You can take that to the bank. She ain't going to change. What you see, she was like that when you met her. I guarantee you. Okay? Hit the like button. Subscribe. You guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.